earliest memory of sport cards, I'm going to date myself. Go back to 1981. I was 6. Yankees against the Dodgers World Series. My father got me some packs. So I just remember getting these cards and organizing them, and specifically the Yankees. And I'm sure I had the rubber bands around them at the time, being 6. But, there were no card shops back then. I moved out here in 97, and I was looking for a shop because I was obviously through college and high school, I stopped completely collecting like a lot of people do. And I came back in 98, Yankees, again, World Series, a kid named Shane Spencer. Like, this replacement player, I think I'm going to like him. So I came down to the shop. My friend had owned it at the time. And I looked around. It was kind of run down, but we were friends, and this just became a place to hang out. Unfortunately, he had a couple of vices that he was going to lose the shop. And at the time, I was a police officer, so now we're going back to 2003. And I was working off-duty on my days off, tons of overtime. And he's like, look, I'm going to lose the shop unless you buy it. I had a weekend to decide what I was going to do. So I talked to my father, who was retired. I go, I've got this opportunity. I said, I'm going to definitely need you because I still have to work. And he said, yeah, I'm in. I said, all right, so if we do this, I don't have to work off duty anymore. I don't have to stand out at construction sites and the whole 9 yards. So for the first 2.5 years of the business, my father was here. I was running it with him in the morning, and I was working nights at the police department. And that got to be too much. It was mid 2000s. Business was decent, but I had to make a choice: either continue this or continue the police department. And obviously, I chose this. What happened, to be honest with you, I'm very stuck in a old-fashioned generation. I got 1 foot in the old days and 1 foot in the new days. And a guy says to me on my softball team, he's like, you can sell cards on Facebook. I go, I don't have Facebook. What do you mean you can sell cards on Facebook? He's like, oh no, you can sell cards on Facebook. He says, I'll hook you up. So I was like, all right. So he hooks me up with Facebook, and then I'm seeing all these cards and all these opportunities and these rooms and these places. So I'm joining, and all of a sudden, I'm like, wow, I can actually do this. This is even I can sell a card on Facebook. I was looking at Eric's hit and run page and live on Loupe, and I was like, what is this Loupe? I had no idea what he was talking about. So I'm like, hey, how do you do this? And then he was like, well, it's really kind of hard. There's a lot of paperwork to fill out and whatnot. He's like, give me a couple of weeks. I'm just getting my feet wet. So all of a sudden, like out of the clear blue sky, he called me. He's like, hey, I got you on the line. I got an email going. I copied you, and just fill it out and just get it done. Okay. So filled it. I had to have Mr. Met, Jonathan, the guy that works with me, a great guy. I had to have him do a lot of the filling out of the forms because I didn't want to push the wrong button. Mr. Met is hands down the Vin Scully of Loupe, in my opinion. I'm very blessed to have him. He's the opener and the talker. He knows baseball like unbelievably so. Fantastic memory, and I sit there and I package the stuff up, and I'm kind of the color commentator, shall I say.
Started coming probably around early 2018. Found the weekly auction here, thought that was cool. You'd get 30 to 40 guys in here, but they weren't necessarily up on all the latest news. You could get steals in the auction, flip it later for a few bucks. Then I've been in the 8 years in the casino industry, was a blackjack dealer. COVID hit, they laid off a bunch of people. Opportunity came where, hey Phil, maybe we can do some breaking. We worked out the details, and from there it just took off.
Luckily we got to Loupe, and literally, not just because you guys are here, literally it's been life-changing as far as how I set my days up, what I've decided to do and not do. I have another business right next door. I'm having to literally turn business away so that I could do my Loupe stream because number one, it's so much more fun, but there's so much more selling ability, profitability, where I could, deliver laundry and fold laundry for an hour and a half for $60. I could do, 25 times that in an hour and a half. Even the employees over there are like, that's the greatest thing. He's like, they like, just stay over there and just keep grinding. I'm like, yeah, that's what I've got to do. And Loupe has literally been life-changing. And we've only been on since September, but apparently we're doing all the right moves, and it's just been fantastic.
So as far as Loupe goes, to me, it's the platform of the future to move cards. The old model of breaking, let's say, of you buy a spot, then you have to leave the website, go to PayPal, send money, come back into the chat, hope they got it, right? Then it takes 30 minutes to fill it. This, where it's a click of a button, all right in the app, perfect. You can interface with anybody across the country. And I really think Loupe is the future of in that style of platform.
Yeah, it started out, being so busy with the other business. I never knew when we would get this in, and it would have to be mornings because with a family and a son in sports, nighttime just wasn't in the cards for me. So, I said, let's just try 9:30, an hour, and let's give it an hour before the shop opens. And then we had to push it back, and then we had to open the shop later. And then I had to put signs on the door that says, sorry, not opening till 12, not opening till 1. And you'll see later, I don't know what time he's coming, but I have an old retired guy that comes down and he'll help us. He'll sit here while customers come in and he'll direct them. It gives them something to do. And he likes to put the shipping labels on the envelopes. He really, it's like his 2 days off, it's the most important thing for him is to come down and help us with Loupe. As far as, I don't know the people's names, I just know their screen names. And it's a lot of fun. We go live at 9:30 and same 3 or 4 people are always there right at 9:30 when it hits. Some of my guys that are here absolutely can't stand when the mornings that we're not on, because they're like, listen, I'm at work and you get us through 2.5 hours where we can do 2 things at once and listen to you in the background and push the buy button and watch you open a pack. QB Sacker, DMB Towner, Sly D, JRC Jeep Life. See, I just remember all these names on the screen, and they look forward and they love it. I used to have to put reminders on Facebook, hey, we're going live tonight. I don't have to do it anymore because they're there and they love it. And they come down, they're like, why weren't you on today? I'm like, I just sometimes we're out of product. I didn't want to, sometimes our blue packs aren't made, our black packs. Some days it sells so fast. I think, okay, we're good for a good, 4 days. We have to make anything, and we'll sell out. And it's just, it's a wonderful thing. And they really truly look forward to when we're going live. My cell phone goes off. Are you going on today? Are you going on today? Yes, we're going on. I promise. So again, not just because you're sitting in front of me. Loupe it's been fantastic for me. I'm just so appreciative of the platform. They say if you love what you do, you feel like you don't work at all. And I feel like I haven't worked in 20 years, but I put in thousands of hours.